If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, so today we're going to be checking out the new evolution that they released. This one's going to have a ton of options, right? And because it's in the right back position and because of the upgrades you actually receive for this thing, there's going to be so many different options you can go with, right? Because they improve these cards to a point where they should be more than usable, right? I already, right off the bat, want to check out a sentimental card just because of the really big boost that these cards actually receive. So let's just go Santa Clara, and we go... sorry. So we have to do fullback, glow up, and then we go to the filters here, club, and then do that. And then there you go. Look at this. This is insane. Yeah, W evolution for sure. W evolution. Club member reward, we would remove that. It would just be like these ones, basically. Like you can still have acrobatic star, it's possible. But even this, right? Fullback glow up, just as a direct upgrade. Fullback roll as a fullback is great. You know, a card like this, shadow chemistry style, improved pace, improved defense, a lot of really cool play styles to work with. There you go, right? So this is cool because a lot of these cards, like I said, like sentimental wise, like they're never really going to get cards. So this is really sick. Ultimate team wise for this game, people are obviously going to want to go with a lot of the meta choices because of the specific things that they actually are end up given, right? So with this car or with this evolution, fullback plus, big W there. You get a bruiser plus, which in the fullback position, well, I would say in any of the defensive positions, to be honest, is a massive W, right? So really, really big stuff there. You get pinged pass. Whipped pass is great. Jockey is great. So there's a lot of stuff, right? Really, really good evolution. And I think this one is a paid one, which is where the dislikes come from. But again, you know, this is how they kind of do things. Like it is a paid one, but if there's cards that you want for sentimental, that's kind of like what they're going to be there for. And then there's going to be some cards here that actually could be some pretty solid cards to go with, right? So gray is going to be the first one that is trending here. Obviously, with the fact that he's given the fullback plus, really good stuff there. But another thing on top of that is the fact that he has the holding plus for the CDM position, right? So if people wanted to decide to use him as, you know, as an actual CDM and they want to work with a Spurs team, like I know Giyu's going to get this card right away, right? And with Gray, he's going to be a pretty usable card. And then at some point in the future, who knows, maybe he gets even more upgrades. I think a really key thing with this card for me is that he is a lengthy with almost perfect pace. Like, yeah, his dribbling is not in the greatest position, but in the fullback position and even in the CDM area, it's just about getting some defensive animations from time to time. He doesn't have intercept in the CDM position specifically, but usability increases a lot with a card like that. Weah is going to be another example. You know, they always show the right mid because that's like the main position on the card, but this is a card that you would mainly use as an actual right back, right? In the right back position, you would be looking at a card like this on a shadow chemistry style. Very good pace, defense is in a good area, decent physical capabilities. He's actually well-rounded in a lot of the stats for dribbling, shooting, and passing, which is really cool. Again, given the fullback is the role that most people use. So he could definitely be a really cool option to work with when it comes to the Juventus link. So definitely looks really cool there too. I'm assuming this one is a chain evo for wide half plus, and then fullback glow up. You can do that on the card if you really want to. Wide half plus. What does this give? Is it just, oh, it's just the specific role, I guess. Word. But yeah, you know, Gray's gonna be one of the top choices here. Casado from Barcelona gets one too. So if you have been improving him like this, I mean, there could be one where it's just like a a direct upgrade for him too, because people are not going to have that. Let's see, Casado here. Casado. There we go. Evolutions. Yeah, it's hard to see people having this one specifically. That one specifically would be very difficult. Fullback glow up. Sure. What is the direct upgrade? That one. Okay. Again, really huge improvement. If you have not done an upgrade on him yet, really good improvements on a card like this. Bruiser plus, whipped pass, jockey, pinged pass, and the relentless. Really poor dribbling. Right back, center mid. Box to box, holding, right fullback. These aren't like horrible choices, but like you're putting the hopes in EA for them to improve the card even further. What does this one look like right now? Oh, I see. So if this one is really based off of chains. Like if you have certain chains on him, you might be able to add him into this. But it depends what chains you've been using it on, right? Really important to mention that, of course, but looks interesting. Ashley Young. Crazy that this guy still plays football nowadays, but good improvements for him as well. If someone wants to do like a past and present Aston Villa team or Man United team or even Everton team, some good improvements here. Left back and the right back position. He has fullback plus fullback. Passing's actually in a decent area, but sprint speed is low without a lengthy. It is quite low. Oh, this card actually looks like it could be well formatted in the right back position. Shadow chemistry style. A French player that plays for La Liga. That's a really big deal, to be fair. He might be extinct. Oh, he just went up in price. Yeah, I mean, he's still, going up in price is actually fair assessment on him. Because I think in the right back position, like, I think in La Liga, like, it's not even that. It's about just getting a French player there, right? That gives you links. Like, a lot of people did Bowie because Bowie's going to be a decent card or a solid card, and then he's going to provide you links. Similar situation to this card, right? Because it's all about looking for right backs that are French, right? Because of so many French. Like, Sissoko is still a monster to use nowadays. Like, that was a crazy SBC that they dropped, right? Because then Koundé is like very expensive. You have to get like the icons. There's Gusto who's like 390, right? So it's like, why not buy the silver, put the Evo towards him? Cost wise, it just makes sense if you want like an option right away, right? Can't really blame this. I think this guy used to be really good back. No, it wasn't him. It was Lala, I think. Kenny Lala. It wasn't Rossier. I was like, it looks familiar. But it was Lala. I don't even know where Lala plays nowadays, bro. I think he was in like Strasbourg at some point, but yeah, that card was like crazy good like 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, again, fullback position, whipped pass, pings pass, bruiser, jockey, relentless, long throw. So some good stuff there as well. We have Van Ewijk. I hope I'm pronouncing him correctly. 92 pace. Shadow chemistry style. Doesn't necessarily have to be a shadow. Like, you could give these cards an anchor, but he's not a lengthy on that. So that's why, like, probably just give him a shadow anyways. But again, right back, right mid. So right mid's really pointless. It's all about the right back position. And it increases his usability for people that are making a Dutch team, I would say. Yeah, Dutch team for that one. Buchanan from fullback glow up. He gets a difference of that compared to his SBC. It looks like this. Right, so the SBC card was improved in certain variables. Buchanan was an Inter Milan player. Shadow chemistry style. Good pace. Defense is in a good area. Physical's in a decent area. And if you want to do an evolution Buchanan, you could do this card. But honestly, what's the difference here? So it's like... I see. It's funny because they made this card to be like more attacking, I guess. I don't know what their goal was with this, but this card has way more defending stats, which just increases his usability. Because honestly, like, you're not going to really use this card as a right mid and a 3-back. I have yet to... I don't even match people that use a 3-back, to be completely honest with you guys. But with a card like Buchanan, right back position, on a shadow with good defensive stats, decent physical stats, like it's way better, you know? Way better to work with. Rapid, whipped pass, pings pass again. So interesting stuff there. Let's see here. Fullback low up. Spence from Spurs. Club member reward. Yeah, if you have that. Some people might have that. Maybe. Maybe. It's tough to say. Maybe you'll have that. This is a pointless thing to look at because obviously it's not going to be that. Let's see here. Spence. It would be Spence. Evolutions. He has a pretty crazy chain one, actually. Yeah, but that's for Dino Magic. That'd be a little bit crazy. That would be a little bit crazy. Let's go all the way to the bottom here. Okay, so that's what he would actually look like. So Shadow chemistry style on him. Again, yeah, you know, for the Spurs fans, they could go down this direction with the pace boost, defensive boosts, physical in a decent area too, good play styles. English links is a big one with the Spurs. So that could be really interesting for sure. We have some other cards that, again, could be very solid cards if you're going in the sentimental route. Not necessarily in the route of, oh, I know that someone's going to pick this, but like, let's just say, you know, you have Saint Max in your team. You have, I think Jiku plays for Fenerbahce now, or no? Am I wrong? No, he does. So let's say you're making a Fenerbahce team. Look at this, right? Like, that's a pretty cool card. Really big upgrade. Gives you the links, and he's well formatted. They're all formatted in very similar ways, where it's like the pace is for the Shadow, the defense is increased quite a bit with the Shadow, and then the physicals in like the mid 80s area, and then sometimes they just have like some decent play styles to work with from here and there, right? But it just depends on which silver card, you know, you kind of go with, right? But yeah, you can see that a lot of the list down here is mostly going to be sentimental cards. You know, there's definitely not going to be a right or wrong answer when it comes to this one, because it'll really depend, right? DaCosta, you know, back in the day, you guys know this guy used to be a pretty sick card when they dropped him. It wasn't like the last one we received from him. It was like the one before that where they upgraded him, and he was an absolute monster to use because he's a mostly lengthy on an anchor, but even still on a Shadow, he's still a lengthy with very good pace, very good defense. The problem is obviously that the dribbling is quite low for someone that you're paying 50k for, so you're kind of hoping for an improvement further down the road with a card like that, right? But yeah, I think with this one, it's like yo, like it has to be like a good chain evolution that you have from like some silvers that you have chilling your team. I think this is the guy that was trending in the game, Luis Perez, on a Shadow, good pace, defense, again with the physical. The dribbling, you want to try to get as high as possible, like that, because those ones are definitely low. You know, Man United fans could add this player into their team. Canadian fans can add this too. She looks pretty cool for that as well. Probably gonna feel a little bit more agile, even if her dribbling stats are on the lower side. But yeah, let's see what people have here, because this is not a right or wrong situation. Like, it just increases these cards to be like way more usable for cards that you just don't think are gonna ever get anything in the future, right? But let's see here. So we go to foot.gg. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have an Ivory Coast player with rapid, quick step, bruiser, with pass, jockey, pinged, and then relentless. That's actually pretty good for him. That's pretty good for him. I guess it would be like this one. And then we do the filters and fullback, bang, all the way to the bottom. Yeah. Is it the same one, or am I looking at the wrong one? No, it's the same one. Not sure why they have this at like the top of the list, but like, yeah, he looks good. But is it because he's lengthy? Is that why? Or he's lengthy on an anchor, so that would be like interesting. Gray, yeah, Gray looks cool in his own ways. Costco, Costco or Costco? Yeah, Argentinian links could be cool for him for sure. Mazzocchi. Oh, Napoli, eh? That's an interesting one actually. I'm not gonna search it here. Let's see here, Maz. Like that? Is it two Z's? Yes, it is. Nope, gotta put the filter on. Filter, defensive growth, fullback. All the way to the bottom. Yeah, it's a paid evolution, but the dribbling stats are quite low for this one. Like you're improving this because of the play styles that you're given. That's like the main thing. But then you're improving this because you kind of hope that they get further improvements down the road. But like I said, man, you know, if you want to improve cars just right off the bat, not having to do too many evolutions, this is just going to be the evolution for that, for like some of the sentimentals you can go with. Like I said, the example that I showed, excuse me, was the guy from Santa Clara, to increase his usability quite a bit, right? But most of the options that you see here, they're not necessarily like the top tier meta ones. It just depends on who you could potentially choose, right? Like some people have like really good chains. Like this guy's gonna have a chain for Sunderland. This guy with the sunglasses that always shows up, right? That like there's there'll be a few. There'll definitely be a few for this one for sure. But we'll leave it there because I mean the options are endless basically. Like if you actually go down the list of Footbin for this one, like you could just keep it going, right? Like it's a bunch of players that are all formatted the same way. The main things that I would tell you to look for is to try to look for cards that at least still have like decent dribbling capabilities. I think most of them are gonna have poor ones because I'm not even seeing like dribbling stats to a certain point. Like you get lucky with a card like Weah being at 80, you know what I'm saying? Or even 79, I would say. This guy gets 80 dribbling, so that's why he was trending, because at least it's not in like a bad area. But you'll see a lot of the sentiments will be lower in the dribbling department for sure. But yeah, it's an interesting one to say the least. Like I said, if you're going down the sentimental route, especially if your team or you're supporting a club that's not somebody that often gets cards, then that's just what it's going to be, right? Because even for me, like if I were to search for an FC Porto player, just as an example, right? And then I would do that, it would be the young talent here, right? Martin Fernandez. I think he could potentially get a card. Yeah, I think with him he could potentially get one, but like that's the example there. But again, way more examples for a team like Santa Clara, who has a bunch of silvers, right? Lucas, Diogo gets one. So there's like two different choices here if I wanted to go with that. Which is cool, right? Like it's just, again, it increases the usability. Like this one, I think like the dribbling is in a decent area. This one, dribbling would be in a decent area. So yeah, it's just like kind of improving them to be a little bit more usable, right? That's like the main things from all this. But yeah, we'll leave it there for the video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. I will catch you guys for the videos tomorrow. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.